For a romantic story with a lot of attractive female characters, the talk about the best girl or the end girl has already become a daily debate in the classroom elite community. Some people say it's Horikita, while the others say it's always and forever Ryuen. However, the talk about who can become the best wife is something that we rarely talk about, mostly because generic romance main characters never pick their girl based on their wife material. However, if you are specifically looking for a wife, it will be hard to pick one among that many female characters. For example, if you pick Horikita as your wife, she would be able to cook for you every day, and she is most likely also excellent at taking care of the house. She is strong and smart, so she would have no trouble defending herself even if you are not around. And if you are looking for a double-income household, Horikita most likely can land a decent job with quite a high salary. However, Horikita in the early series is the type to invite a lot of trouble thanks to his personality. She was a loner, so maybe you will have a lot of inconvenience during your marriage, and since she is a very rational person, she would demand quite a lot from you for her to agree to marriage, such as a 6-figure salary or high-quality insurance. Early Horikita most likely doesn't believe in love, so unless you work hard to change her and make her fall in love, you need to be ready for a lot of pressure in your marriage. Not to mention she has quite a scary brother, so gaining his approval will be another hard work for you to carry. If you are looking for a wife to make your life easier and happier, Horikita might not be the best choice, but if you want emotional support, Hiyori is a much better candidate. She is cute, doesn't put pressure on you, and could just chill in your house reading a novel just in case you are a very protective husband. She doesn't cook, but I'm sure she will learn it just for you. Hiyori also seems like a type who is good with her hands, so you wouldn't need to be worried about house chores. The best thing about Hiyori is the fact that she is a very good-natured person. She won't yell at you, but will still criticize you and guide you with her wisdom and intellect. She would definitely become a good mother, but you need to remember that Hiyori might be a type who's holding a lot to herself, so good communication will be very important. Both Horikita and Hiyori have their own good aspects, and it will be up to you to choose which one you need. However, it seems like Ichinose could become the combination of both Horikita and Hiyori. She could become a career woman if she wanted, but also a good wife who could even steal the bread if it meant feeding her children. Ichinose has a very good communication skill, so you could always tell her all your worries, and with Ichinose as your wife, you don't need to be concerned with your reputation around the neighborhood, because Ichinose will take care of all of it. Needless to say, I think most people here would love to have Ichinose as a wife simply because of her assets. She has two massive weapons that nobody else has, and she is even willing to make the first move, so your every night life would be no different than experiencing a honeymoon again and again. However, since she is very attractive with a wide social circle, you probably need to be worried all the time about the other men trying to get close to her. You can be overprotective as much as you want with her, but rest assured, she will be more overprotective of you than you think. Another thing that needs to be noted from Ichinose is how obsessive she could be. If she smells another woman's perfume on you, it could turn into big trouble, and who knows how far Ichinose would act if she feels like someone would steal you from her. You will need to constantly reassure her that you have no other woman with you, and hopefully your marriage will go smoothly. No matter which one you choose, you still have a duty as a husband, and each girl has her own special pressure for you to carry. However, if you decide to become a house husband, perhaps Sakayanagi will be the best match for you. She came from a rich family, and even if she's not, she is smart enough to build her own business and provide unlimited money. You could literally just sit and let her pet you whenever she wants. If you marry Sakayanagi, you wouldn't need to think about money and house, or even your retirement, but you will need to handle a lot of social pressure. Sakayanagi most likely will become an important figure in the future, so if her colleagues know that you are just a money-mongering house husband, there is no telling how long your heart will survive. Even if you decide to work and build a legacy of your own, it will be hard to match Sakayanagi, so you will forever live in her shadow. It will be good to marry Sakayanagi if you don't care about social pressure, but another setback is the fact that it might be hard for you to have children. Sakayanagi could probably have children, but it's not recommended to have a lot of them. Not to mention that Sakayanagi barely has anything to offer as a woman, so unless her body is your type, maybe you want to reconsider your choice. However, Ichika might be the next best choice if you really want to become a house husband. She is really smart, so it will be easy for her to make money from the stock market or something, and the two of you could simply enjoy everyday life without disturbance. She doesn't seem to be the ambitious type, so you wouldn't need to be insecure that your wife is much more successful than you. However, having Ichika as a wife came with a huge price. With her observation and quick thinking, it will be hard for you to hide anything from her. She will know your every thought, and once you make a mistake, she can immediately cut your allowance. You will need to always be honest with her, and she will repay you with her naughty and daring attitude. Needless to say, you really need good stamina to handle her, because she seems like the type to dominate and do whatever she wants. It's nice to have a strong wife who could provide you, but sometimes what you need is just a wife who could be your friend and fill the gap in your heart. If that is the case, perhaps all you need is just Karuizawa K. She doesn't cook and doesn't seem to be good at house chores, but at least she is cute and has a good understanding of social communication. It's hard to accept, but Kay doesn't seem like she could provide a lot in marriage. It's fine if you just want a regular housewife, but even as a regular housewife, I could see Kay spend a lot on makeup or fancy food, so you better have a high-paying job to feed her. Needless to say, her trauma will be another thing you need to consider. If you are capable enough to become her host, she will stick like glue, but if you somehow disappoint her, there is a high chance she will leave for another man. Without disrespecting her, Kay just didn't have enough quality as a wife. Not only Kay, but some girls such as Ibuki or Kushida wouldn't be able to become a good wife with their current condition. Ibuki most likely will become a violent wife who never maintains her marriage for more than a year, while Kushida will most likely deceive some rich men and live a comfortable life with her husband's money. The problem with Ibuki is that she never manages to build a proper healthy relationship with anyone, and since she has poor academic and social skills, it's hard to think she would be able to land a decent job, so I actually worry about what will happen to her in the future. She probably strong enough to defend herself from a man, but sometimes that will become another reason for a man to avoid her. As for Kushida, I actually put a lot of pity on her future husband. The husband will forever live without knowing Kushida's true face, and he will most likely be manipulated in such a way to treat Kushida like a queen. I can imagine Kushida living a very luxurious life thanks to her fake personality, and if she ever gets bored of you, she can put you into a trap, accuse you of cheating, and then take away half of your fortune with her. It's hard to think someone can love Kushida's true face, so a happy marriage will be just an illusion for her. Kushida's future looks happy and tragic at the same time, but I guess that is just a price to pay for having such a twisted personality. It will be a different case if Horikita marries both Kushida and Ibuki, but let's just keep that imagination deep in our minds. And the last woman who needs honorable mention is none other than our favorite teacher, Chabashira. She is beautiful, has a stable job, is smart enough to be a teacher, and could really be devoted to her love for a long time. She wouldn't cheat, has a lot of life experience, and is tolerant enough to be friends with a bitch like Hoshinomiya. Not to mention that since she is a teacher, she already has a lot of experience handling a kid, so she will definitely become a good mother. Chabashira might be the only woman who doesn't have any negative points in a race to become a good wife. It's true that she smokes and drinks, but you can always smoke and drink with her. So, just pick Chabashira as your wife, and you will become the happiest man in the universe.